Hey everyone, I'm Karen Hughes. I'm a Principal Solution Engineer in North America, and I'm going to actually go through a specific investigate study where we are going to drill down on one metric and then see a graph and then change the metric from one metric to another. So I'll do that in just a few moments. As Stefan did a wonderful job of explaining at a very high level, investigate. The key things just you have to understand is that this is just a one-off component. It's great for graphically representing data in near real time with as low as 10-second granularity, and it's a great diagnostic tool. You have the ability to customize the time frame, the metrics, change metrics very quickly. And in essence, you're scrolling back in time to understand what issues may have arose or what caused an issue. So this study is basically going to go through a 9 steps to, in essence, creating a investigate study, formerly known as an investigate policy in the legacy solution. We're going to select some systems, select a metric group, view the chart, or table as we call it. Well, actually, first you see a table, much like you saw with Stefan. Then we're going to select the systems we want to chart from that list. Then we'll look at the chart, and we'll select a metric, and then we'll want to change that metric, and then we want to save the study so you can look at it in the future. So those are the steps that we're going to accomplish in the live demo. But the next couple screens just kind of show you visually what we're going to do. So for each of those 9 steps, you can kind of follow the arrows. We're going to create a study, select some systems, select a metric group. Then we're going to see the table, which will have multiple systems because I chose multiple systems. We're going to select which systems we want to actually graph. Then we're going to click on View Chart, and another dialog will show up to ask what specific metric from that metric group we want to look at. And then once we get the graph, we'll want to change the actual metric that we did select. So we're going to start with either CPU and go to memory utilization, or in this particular slide, go from memory utilization to CPU utilization. And I'm going to explain and show you exactly how to do that right now. We are in the TrueSight presentation server. You access Investigate, like Stefan said, from the capacity page of the TrueSight presentation server. You will see the Investigate link or leaf on the tree. I'm going to click Step 1, Create Investigate Study. It's going to come up with this dialog. I want to specifically choose my gateway server that I want with the machines that I am interested in viewing, and then I'm going to click Next, and I'm going to choose my metric group. In this particular case, I'm going to choose System Statistics and click Apply. Then a table is going to show with all of the different systems that I have specified, and I'm going to select any or all of those systems that show up, and I'm going to click on View Chart, and I want to look at the metric memory utilization, and click on Select. And now my chart is going to show up with the data for 3 different systems, and I'm looking at the memory utilization for that system. Like Stefan had said earlier, the most recent hour will show 10-second granularity. I can zoom in a little bit to see more data points, but as you can see here, it's all 10-second granularity. And then if I scrolled back in time, I would start seeing the summarization steps that Stefan mentioned earlier. In our particular case, we see this is great, but I actually also want to look at, or I only want to look at CPU utilization for these same servers, not memory utilization for the same time frame. So if I click on the breadcrumbs up here, I can click on Select Metric, Immediately it's bringing me to the same metric group that I was in, but only this time I want to look at CPU utilization. Note that if I clicked apply here, both memory and CPU utilization would be on the same graph because you can graph multiple metrics. In our particular case, I don't want both, I just want one. So if I click on the X next to memory utilization, then only CPU utilization will show up on my screen. So I click apply, and you'll notice in a minute memory will disappear, and the CPU utilization metric for those same servers will show up down at the bottom. And that's how easy it is to change the different metrics for an investigate chart. From this point, you can easily save the study just by clicking on the Save button, and then you can, in essence, have this particular graph saved later on to view in the future.